Hello, and welcome back to another cult horror movie review. After the financial failure of Big Trouble in Little China, and having not made a single horror movie in 4 years, director John Carpenter made a comeback to the genre in 1987 with Prince of Darkness, and it's this week's cult horror movie. But just before we get going, you guys already know the drill. If there's a cult horror movie you would like me to review, just leave me a comment down below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe and let me know your thoughts and feelings on Prince of Darkness. After almost 10 years since he played Samuel Loomis in Halloween, Donald Pleasance returns to the screen as a priest who discovers a very disturbing secret hidden inside an old monastery. Him and a crew of scientists and university students find a container filled with the liquified embodiment of Satan's son, hence the title, The Prince of Darkness. These people first try to wrap their heads around this incredible discovery, but they soon realize that they've got to keep that thing in there at all costs, otherwise the shit is gonna hit the fan and it's not gonna be pretty. Prince of Darkness is one of Carpenter's more low-key movies. It didn't get as much attention when it came out as some of his other films. I think he did a good job on this one. Sure, it's not nearly as good as The Thing, for example, but still it's got its merits. It's a creepy little supernatural horror movie with its flaws and its perks. Speaking of perks, there's something almost Lovecraftian about this whole thing. The characters are dealing with an evil force, an energy that is way beyond them and that isn't even really material. And I've said it before, but I'll say it again, John Carpenter knows how to compose a damn fine horror score. Once again, I loved the music. It's haunting and really fits with the story. Carpenter came up with a unique plot that managed to mix in religion, the devil with quantum physics, all into one big chilling experience. And Alice Cooper turning into a homicidal, satanic homeless person. When the characters fall asleep, they always have the same dreams, some sort of premonition of what may happen next, and it's filmed on a very poor camera with distorted audio, and we see some dark figure hiding in the shadows. Those dream sequences for me were frightening and blood-curdling. They're great. I think this movie could have benefited from better character development though, because they're all rather bland and generic. There's not anyone to really care about. They're all pretty forgettable. Even Donald Pleasance as the priest, he's the most recognizable face of this whole production, but even he's not nearly as memorable as Samuel Loomis. David Wong's role is interesting, but it's nothing we haven't seen before yet. It relies a lot on mood and atmosphere. Sometimes it does it well, but sometimes it only works to a certain extent. It's a slow burner. And John Carpenter was so obsessed with building atmosphere that he forgot that there does come a point where we want to see a bit of action too. That would be the main flaw of this film. It's uneven. Sometimes it delivers the thrills and the jump scares, and believe me, it does. But sometimes, we're just waiting for something to happen more than anything else. But I think it's good to adopt a holistic approach to this film. After watching Prince of Darkness, the eeriness of this story stuck with me a little bit afterwards. So yeah, I think it's a very decent and good horror movie that gives off a real sense of dread. It's not perfect, but I would sure recommend it to horror fans. I personally enjoyed it.